All right. Well, hi there. I'm Mike, and this is Movement Meditation Magic. And uh, I'll tell you what, technology is not my friend today. I'm gonna check and see. I'm gonna check and see like where the hell the moon is because I am just having some crazy times today. I was late getting started. I've obviously fucked up my camera somehow. I don't know what's up with that, but it's I just started. It just started happening. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. Uh, Today is a challenging day. It looks like it's working now. Uh, Technology is not my friend today. I broke my tripod. I don't know how broke it is, but it's definitely broke. Uh, I was late getting a start because I had a meeting with a client that went over. Is it Mercury retrograde today? Like, man, so fucking weird. Honestly, I do better on Mercury retrogrades than I am today, so I don't know what's going on. uh, I really need to balance my chakras, you know. So apologies if you're just if you tuned in earlier and the stream disappeared. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I I I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'm stuck with the stuff that I have. As far as my tech is concerned, I only have one camera, one computer that are going to work for this purpose, and I've been struggling with them for a little while. But that being said, like, yeah, it's just a challenging time, and the energy is crazy right now. Obviously, I mean, my last attempt at this stream, I talked a little bit about. Um, about how, well, fuck, man, I didn't say Black Lives Matter, but I mean, obviously, not obvious. It's not obvious to everyone. I just don't even know what to say anymore about the state of things, and it's an overwhelming energy, and it's on top of the coronavirus situation. It's an overwhelming time. Um, and it's real important for us to find our focus, and it's a challenge. I'm having a challenge, as you can see just watching this video. I'm having a challenge keeping my focus. um, the George Floyd situation is just the latest. I don't even think it's the latest. I think somebody else has been killed by police since then, real recently, like today. uh, I just heard something about it on the news. So it's just a problem over and over and over, and we're seeing so many issues in our society that are coming up that are overwhelming some of us on an emotional level. So I'm going to get back into what I was talking about before, which is, what do you do about all of this crazy shit that's going on? How do you keep your focus? And the way that you keep your focus is turning your energy inside and internally uh, focusing your path, making sure that you're doing everything that you can do to be the best you that you can be. And for me, that means I wake up every day and I meditate. Even on the days I don't want to do it, I give it my fucking damnedest. I sit there and I breathe, and I try to keep my focus on my breath, or I try to keep my focus on whatever my point of my meditation is that day. Sometimes I am doing the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram in my head and trying to clear my energy. Sometimes I'm doing the middle pillar exercise to try to slough stuff off of my aura. Sometimes I'm doing this exercise that I'm about to share with you, which is just a really basic chakra meditation, starting at the bottom and working our way up to the heart. And the reason we're going to start at the bottom is because that's how the chakra system works. The Eastern system of mysticism starts at the bottom and works its way up, whereas the Western version of mysticism, Magick, starts at the top and works its way down. So it's an interesting thing for me because I practice both of those techniques, and To tell you how do I choose between one or the other, honestly, I just go on how it feels. Some days I feel like focusing on my chakras is more productive, and when I was thinking about what to talk about today and thinking about how scattered I am and thinking about all of these things, it felt to me like root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, and heart chakra were really good ones to focus on. So that's what we're going to do. Once again, as I said, chakra, I said earlier, you guys didn't hear it yet. Chakra means wheel in Sanskrit, and it's a swirling, about maybe the size of a dinner plate is how I like to visualize it. It's a swirling ball of light. And I like to see maybe waves of different colors mixed into those patterns of the swirls, but they are all specific colors. Root chakra, your very bottom chakra, is red. So I like to think about maybe the big red spot on Jupiter and how it has all of those swirling storm, that red stormy swirling energy. I like to use that and center that there. Really visualize it, see as much detail, like really see as much detail as you can. And I find also that I like to maybe try to take that visualization into the auditory realm and maybe hear a sound associated with that. And there are, if you're practicing Kundalini, there are mantras that we can chant for each of these, but we're not going to go that far into that today. I just want you to find a sound that feels right to you, with this big red storming dinner plate of energy that's moving around in this space. Okay, and this red chakra, this red root chakra, is responsible for your sense of safety. Your sense of well-being, your sense of groundedness, your centeredness, right? When we first get into this breath with practicing this breath, when we first get into this practice of breathing every day, meditation, that root chakra grows in size. It opens up. Another way to help to open up and grow your root chakra is your feet on the ground. Your feet barefoot. Look, I don't have any shoes on right now. I'm barefoot in the grass, and I'm just feeling the grass and the earth under my feet. Maybe you need to go to the woods and explore a hike, explore a new trail. These are all ways to open up and to open up our root chakra. Okay, so the point is to keep these chakras open. Sometimes when something happens in your life, it'll affect an individual chakra, and maybe that chakra will slam shut. If you don't feel safe anymore, if you're not safe at home, or you've been in a car accident, or all kinds of different things that can affect your sense of stability and well-being. Everything right now. You don't feel safe maybe right now, right? That affects your chakra, your root chakra, in a way that makes it close down. It goes from that dinner plate size to, maybe like this, or maybe it shuts all the way, completely tight. And so part of the practice of breathing and visualization is to help to bring those chakras back, open up, to open them all up, and get them all aligned, and that will just improve the quality of your life in so many ways. That's part of what Magick does as well. Is it just gets that centered, aligned energy, and it helps you to really claim that and to feel that in your life and to get in the flow. You're hacking your nervous system, you're hacking your consciousness, you're hacking your brain to get you to a flow state. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. There's lots of different ways. You could juggle, you could swing a kettlebell, lots of different kinds of exercise. Running, that runner's high, you're in a flow state. For some people, singing, dancing, chanting, banging a drum. There's all these different ways to get yourself to this flowing, it's a flow energy state. Look it up. It'll blow your mind. But breathing will get you into that state, and the breathing with the visualization will help to open the chakras and to get the energy to flow. Right? Stuck energy is the cause of so many of our issues. And you can feel it. You feel stuck when it happens. You know, when you get to that state and you're not flowing anymore, you feel stuck, right? You ever get that way where you're just like, oh fuck, nothing I do works. You know, everything's always a struggle. It's stuck energy. So you can feel it happen. The meditation is a way for you to unstick it, or to find the thing that will help you to unstick it. And the more that you practice it, the better you get at it. I'm not going to say the easier that it gets, the better you get at it. It's always going to be the same level of challenging. It's always going to get more challenging the more you realize, you know, the closer you get to what you used to think was the ideal, the more you realize how far you have to go. But the point that I'm trying to make is that we start at the bottom, we work our way up. The bottom is safety, the bottom is stability, the bottom is being rooted. Okay, so start with a big breath in through your nose, expand your belly, see this wheel of energy at your root, the very bottom of your pelvis, right? Right in this area, like on the size of a dinner plate, big red sphere. Breathe in, expand your belly, exhale through your mouth. In through the nose. See that red energy swirl. Exhale through your mouth. The next chakra up is your sacral chakra, and it's right here between your pelvic bone and where your pants sit. Okay, it's that spot right here where your sacrum is on the other side of your body, and it's a yellow disc, about 1 foot in diameter. You know, like the size of a dinner plate. It's swirling yellow energy. This is the site of your creativity, right? It's the site of your receptivity. It's the site of sexual desire. In addition to well, yeah, it's a site of sexual desire. I mean, you have to feel safe, and then that energy comes from your sacral chakras. So it's a sacred place, you know. And so it's real important for this to be functioning correctly, for us to feel balanced. Once again, the things that can throw that out of whack, that can make that close down, are various types of trauma to your emotions, to your person, your physical person, to your psyche, injury, you know, sickness. There are all kinds of different things that can cause that to close up. Drug addiction, you know, lots of stuff. So the way that we open that is to make sure that the root chakra is open, to make sure that we're safe, make sure that we're grounded, you know, make sure that we're centered as much as we can be. That tall, upright posture, right? Remember this, the spider web, if you were watching my last broadcast that I deleted? Fuck, man, what a day. You remember this, the spider web here. So pull up on this, get this in line. The energy will flow up from the bottom all the way up, okay? So yellow, big disc, breathe in through your belly. Exhale it out. See that swirling yellow storm, the golden yellow, all these different colors swirling around. Big breath in. Okay. Next chakra is our solar plexus chakra. This is the center of our will. You know, it's the center of our strength and our power. Maybe a little aggression, right? Assertiveness. It's a good energy. It's an energy that you need in your life, especially right now. You know, it's an energy that you need to use. If you're a white person with privilege, you need to use it to express, you know, that Black Lives Matter, and that you know, you're not going to tolerate the things that have been going on in this country forever. You need to stand up for people. I mean, it's all that kind of energy. Swinging a kettlebell, you know, is all that energy that comes from here. So this is an important one, and I feel like a lot of people especially with a yoga practice, I feel like a lot of people like to try to turn this one off because they feel like it's too aggressive. You know, it's not love and light all the time. This is one that has a lot of power behind it, and maybe it gets a little scary to wield that kind of power. But like anything else, the more that we do it, just like with meditation, the more that we do it, the easier that it gets. The better you get at it, not the easier that it gets, right? The better you get at it. Wielding that kind of power from this gold chakra, right? This orange gold here. This one was yellow, remember? This one's orange. And this one, wielding that kind of power for some people is very uncomfortable. And so what you it's just like with exercise, it's something that will get better the more that you practice it. It's something where you can learn how to wield that energy and that power, that thing that might be a little bit scary. You can do it with more precision and grace and wisdom the more that you practice it. And it's a power that is necessary in your life, you know, to stand up for yourself, to draw boundaries, to express your passions, to you know, to carry out the things that you need to do to get by in this world. This one is really, really important. And honestly, this world is going to get harder. It's not going to get any easier right now. You know, it's not going to get easier for a while. We have a period right now that is like a growing pain. You know, there's this huge membrane between us and the ideal that we have to push through right now. And it's like you have to embrace the death card in tarot. I've said this before on my on this stream. You have to embrace the death card in tarot, which is all about change. And sometimes change is really, really scary, and that's why it's the death card, right? But it's all about transformation, and it's hard, and there's pain, and it takes what we call shadow work. You know, it takes looking at ourselves introspectively and going, oh God, you know, I fucked up. You know, this is what I did. Maybe I can do something differently next time. You know, it's looking at things about ourselves maybe that are painful and how we can elevate. You know, so yeah, this one is real important, and this one's going to be important in the days and weeks to come, because it is going to help us to get through this together. Once we've worked through that membrane, these bottom three chakras, right? Root, sacral, solar plexus. It takes us to this middle section here. And this is the Anahata, this is the heart chakra. And it acts as a mirror between the top and the bottom. So it's reflected in the top three chakras. You really want to, you know, make sure that these are in line before you try to open this one. The reason for that, otherwise you look. What was that? All right, you want to make sure these are in line before you open this one, because otherwise you open your heart chakra too much with no grounding, with no support. You're going to be way out here somewhere, and you're not going to act in your own best interest. And so it's real important to have that base and to work our way up from the bottom. As we work our way up from the bottom, we hit our heart chakra, and it will reflect to the top three chakras as well. It makes it so much easier to do the rest of the work, to bring that energy all the way up the line. I'm not going to talk about the top three chakras at all today, because they're not in the world that we're in. They're in another world. They're another. It's the same system, but it's a different kind of work. That being said, to open up your heart chakra, you have to have boundaries. You have to have will. You have to, you need boundaries and will and power You need to have your own power, your own. I can't think of the word that I want to use right now. You have to have your own power before you can do this. It's just how it works the best, you know. You have to have your own creativity. You have to have your own receptivity. You have to have connections to people around you. You have to be safe, right? So we're working our way all the way up the line. Once again, with that breath, you can just visualize that sphere. If we've worked our way up the line, you visualize the sphere. A big breath in, expand your belly. Green, dinner plate size storm of beautiful green colors, forest green, emerald green, all of the mixing, storming colors. Exhale it all out. Big swirling green. This is our ability to love. This is our ability to project that love out into the world. It's our ability to love unconditionally, right? To see through the lens of love. So that's why it's important for us to be safe and, you know, creative and receptive and connected and powerful, so that we can make that change. We see the things that we look at, and we want to radiate that love out. And so it's important to make sure that all of these chakras, when you visualize them, you keep them the same size. You know, about a dinner plate, you know, maybe a little smaller if you feel better with it smaller, but don't let them get huge, and don't let them get out of proportion to each other in your visualization. And, you know, I can't give you a real good reason for that other than the fact that the visualization is what makes all of the energy flow, and we want to try to keep it aligned. You've heard of sacred geometry. We want it to be a specific size for that alignment. And really, honestly, what you can kind of just do when you're feeling that heart pounding sensation that I talked about, I hope I talked about at the beginning of this video, I talked about at the beginning of the last one, when you feel that start to happen real hard, you can start this process of the breathing and the feeling safe. Safety and security. Connection, receptivity, creativity. You know, you can work your way up that chain to your heart, and that can help you to take yourself out of this panic mode that we all find ourselves in, that I find myself in when things go wrong. You know, this was probably the most scattered ass crazy class that I've ever given. I had technical failures, a number of technical failures. I had my tripod bust and my camera whacking out, and it all disconnected from the browser. I had to completely restart the browser, so there's like 5 minutes, I don't know how many minutes of just like blank dead space when it was still broadcasting in the middle. And it was just a clusterfuck. And honestly, what are you going to do? I've got to move on. I've got to be centered, and I've got to keep moving myself forward. And so that's the same technique that I try to use to be able to talk about this stuff to you, is just stopping, breathing, visualizing, moving the energy up, you know, moving the energy up. And sometimes it's really, really hard. Sometimes things feel super weird and chaotic, and I'm distracted by all of the potential things that have and could go wrong. And honestly, the only thing that I can do is I can gently guide myself back to this meditation. You know, I can gently guide myself back to these techniques to calm my nervous system, to align myself with my higher purpose, or God, or whatever it is that you want to call it. My calling, what I feel is what I'm supposed to be doing. In Magick, in high Magick, it's called conversation with your holy guardian angel. I mean, you can call it all kinds of weird shit, but it's a flow state, and you know, there's all kinds of ways to get into it. And so I'm just trying to show you, my people, how to use it to change your body, you know. And even with people who are into visualization or meditation, even with people who are into like yoga and fitness, most of them don't want to meditate. Even people that are into magic, some of them don't want to meditate. You know, you say, I want to do all this witchy shit, I feel witchy, but you don't want to meditate. And that's the basis for all of it. The meditation helps you to control everything else. It helps you to control the heart. It helps you to control the energy. It helps you to get the visualization down and to focus. It's crucial. And it's crucial right now. And I mean, fuck, breathe. I can't breathe. I mean, we have to breathe. You have to breathe. Keep breathing. Do everything that you can to really focus on your breath. Fuck. You know, the only people commenting on this right now are spammers. Free dating girls. Cool. You have to breathe. You have to focus on that technique of breathing. Everything else builds from there. If you don't have control of your breath, you're not going to be able to exercise. You know, so much of it is proper breathing. Those things interlap so much. I'm not even going to do the movement part today because honestly, it's 10 to 7 and this has been chaos. But I think I got my point across. In chaos lies opportunity, right? There's so much opportunity right now because there's so much chaos. So I just want to encourage you all to really, really, you know, take deep breaths. And if the extent of your meditation is 30 seconds, you know, the extent of your meditation is practice for a minute. If the extent of your meditation is a prayer, you want to pray to God, hey God, you know, everything's crazy, can you help me out? Just do it every day. You know, get into the habit of doing it. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's the habit that matters. It's the practice, it's the repetition. Same goes for exercise. It's the habit, the practice, the repetition. That's what makes the change happen. We get so focused on, I want this from my exercise, or I want this from my meditation, that you don't realize that it's the practice that is the point. It's, yeah, man, we're so ass backward. All right. You know what? I've rambled. We haven't done any exercise, and I'm not gonna focus on it right now. I'm gonna end this stream, but I really appreciate if you got this far. I know it was weird and rambling and probably just super chaos, and that's what life is, and we make the best of it. And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. If you're protesting, you know, give them hell. Stay safe. Go with a buddy. Bring plenty of water so you can wash out your eyes if you get hit with tear gas. Maybe wear something on your forearms to protect yourself. If people are swinging stuff at you, you're going to want to put your arm up to defend yourself. Wrap it in a towel at least. It's nuts out there, but stay safe and wear a mask. You know, there's all kinds of reasons to wear masks out in public now, huh? Wear a mask, and I'm gonna try to do this again next week, and hopefully it's less weird and chaotic. And if you guys want to help me out, you can hit me up with the Venmo at Ritual Fit Craft. Maybe if I can get enough people donating to my Venmo, I'm gonna get myself a new computer, and that'll solve a lot of my issues right now. I would like to just get a better setup for what I'm trying to do. That being said, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing what I can with what I have. Today's Thursday. My next class is gonna be Sunday. And that's gentle movement, stretch and breathe. And I am gonna try to make that one a little more focused. I'm gonna I'm gonna do lots of meditation and visualization before everything real smooth and nice, so that there's no chaos. And I'm gonna get myself in a real centered place for you guys. And then I'm gonna try to help you to get to that place too. And you guys have a great day. Take care of each other, guys, ladies, everyone, people whom I care about and love, you out there. Take it easy.